Rico, how are you? And let me just say this. I am honored that you're here. It's an
Appreciate it.
honor to bring such talent like you on the show.
I appreciate
Rico,
that.
you've been doing automation digital marketing for quite some time and
Mhm.
you're really successful at it. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, I actually been doing it for 5 or 6 years. Actually, I was doing it when other folks in the car industry said, "Oh, that don't do that. It doesn't work. You don't want to do that. You're taking out the salesperson." And now as we see mostly everything, even most of the products that they're using at dealerships from. Now, some of the chat features are live, but chats and just the retargeting, remarketing, things of that nature, that's basically AI, taking one step out and taking the human out and being able to market and reprogram, so you can get to more customers. So I've been doing this since, like I said, around 2014, 2015 or so.
Right. And I've seen what you've done with that first store you were in, that Honda store. So Berman, I believe it was.
Brian Honda down in Fayetteville. Got to give a shout out to Tim Roussel and the crew down there, the general manager down there. So yeah, Brian
And
Honda in Fayetteville.
I know what you did. You went to HubSpot at the beginning, right? And you created that and you created the blogs and you created tremendous organic search because, through SpyFu, how I monitor what you were doing is I tapped in SpyFu to all
Yeah,
those keywords and then I saw the results that you got.
yeah,
It was like amazing and the traffic. So you know how to develop something
yeah.
from the get go,
Mhm.
and you're so good. For a while when I've been monitoring you on the digital, you know, platforms, and I've been seeing how you've grown, and you got tremendous ability in digital. I mean, to me, I believe that you're the only digital guy out there
Appreciate
that
that.
really knows automation marketing. And Rico, I have artificial intelligence tied in with automation marketing, which is just a killer. But you're really, really the automation marketing king in our industry.
I appreciate that. Well, I got to back up the reason why, and I spoke about Brian Honda, which I was at around 2013, started around there.
Yeah.
Prior to that, when you're speaking of HubSpot, around 2000 and maybe 2010, 2011 or so, I was at a Subaru dealership, and that's why I started training with HubSpot. Became one of their first students, certified students with HubSpot. Got all their certifications and started blogging. And the reason was during that time period, there weren't a lot of dealerships that were doing digital the way I felt like it could be done. So I had to learn from other industries that were in e-commerce, other industries that were maybe in plumbing, pools. There's a guy by the name of, and I can't, Marcus. Marcus is his first name. I can't remember his last name, but they call him the Sales Lion. That's Sales Lion. And I hooked up with him and trained a lot from him. And now he's big. He goes around and teaches and training. But he owned his own little pool company, and he got hit during the recession and started doing a lot of digital marketing. So I've been doing on the automotive side roughly since you mentioned HubSpot for almost a decade. So it's 10 years, and there's a book called, I think, called 10,000 Hours. And it talks about you've got to do something for 10,000 hours before you really get to understand it. And I really don't feel like I've grasped it completely because, as we both know, like you were just mentioning your new product that you have, if you're not still learning every month and every year, you're falling behind. So I feel like I'm still a student of this whole thing, and I'm excited. I just did a training yesterday on TikTok ads, and so I'm excited about that. So it's always learning. You're always learning and growing with this stuff.
And
Digital.
let's talk about that because I saw a post that you did, and of course I want to talk to you about it. And the reason I want to talk to you is because you really know what you're doing with that TikTok thing. Tell us a little bit so our audience can actually learn from that.
Well, TikTok, and it's crazy. I actually was first I heard about TikTok years ago when I think it was music.ly.
And of course,
And
I want
then,
to talk to you
and then it
about
became
it.
TikTok.
And
Well,
the reason I want
someone
to talk,
reached out to me and they said, "Hey, do you know much about this TikTok stuff?" Or someone in the car industry. So I started doing what I always do. I learned this from Elon Musk. Elon Musk, when they asked him, how did you learn how to build a car company? How did you learn how to build a space company and a solar company? And he looked at him. He said, I picked up a book and started reading. So I started spending a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of energy into TikTok. And luckily, when I started doing that, it was right around the time when TikTok was just opening up their ads platform. So I became one of their beta testers. So I'm actually a beta tester for TikTok. And I always put this in there in case this video comes out. At this time, I'm a beta tester. So I don't know if everyone has access to the TikTok ads platform. But that's another one of those things where it's growing. You got Google ads, Facebook ads. And now if you combine that with TikTok, which is the fastest growing pretty much social network out there. I mean, you got folks that are, 85, 90, all the way down to 14 and 15 that are on this platform. And they have a lot. When I got onto the beta test, I noticed that a lot of their ads platform is based upon Google and Facebook. Reason being is that Facebook took Google's ad platform and it looks very similar to it. Now, TikTok has both Google and Facebook's ad platform where you can create audiences, put pixels. They actually have a pixel, so you can put it on your website and things of that nature. So it's just another way of what we call in the digital marketing world, just becoming omni-channel. Omni-channel, which basically means is that you're on, and you know what these words are, but omni-channel for some folks that don't know, all it is being everywhere digital that you possibly can be. Google, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all over the place so that you can actually be able to just build your brand up. So I'm excited about it. I tested it out and got good results when I did the first ad for the dealership that I'm at. Got great results, as a matter of fact. So I'm really excited about taking it to the next level and just adding that to our platform, our omni-channel.
TikTok happens to be really good. I don't know a lot about it, but I do got to tell you this. I enjoy those funny videos they put up there.
Yes.
Late at night, I watch them, and there's a lot of comedians on there,
Yeah.
and I actually enjoy it. So TikTok has a really good positive approach. I think it's not like Facebook where there's a lot of negativity on Facebook sometimes.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I try sometimes to stay away from
Yep.
Facebook with that kind of platform because they really are video oriented and everything was video.
Mm-hmm.
And Rico, when I saw that post, I had to share it, and I share on my platform. I share almost everybody that has any talent and is positive. I'm sharing it.
Yep.
Promoting your stuff and sharing it because I believe in that's what social media is about.
Yep.
That's what my perception is.
Exactly.
So Rico, the reason I called you for this show is because you're really big in digital. You understand what we're trying to do. We became integration partners with DealerTrack.
Wow.
All right. And we got right now on Shop Smart Auto, everything's pretty much branded under, we're using Kelley Blue Book's platforms for appraisals, for the price of the car, for a lot of different things, car reviews, also dealer reviews, right?
Okay.
So that being said, we had to become an integration partner with DealerTrack because with this digital retailing that's going on, now the leads have much more value. And by the way, our company was not built like an Auto Trader or a Cars Guru. Dealers don't pay anything to be on there. I have a dealer directory. It's all complimentary for nothing. What I do is I charge per lead.
Okay.
Right? I'm a full lead gen.
Gotcha.
And my subprime leads, because it's much harder when you sell a subprime lead.
Yes.
I've noticed the dealer has a hard time getting them in the door.
Exactly.
So what we did is we automated it now with the customers. That's not per lead, it's per appointment showed.
Wow.
Okay. Which we took it to the next level because we didn't want to kill that program because we said, it's such a hard time to follow up these special finance customers, but they are too. So why don't we do this? Why don't we make it automated? Right? Where we make the appointment for you by SMS, by emails consistently. And that being said, now it's not per lead no more, special finance. It's per appointment that show.
Gotcha.
So we developed this platform. Probably it'll be up and running within the next 10 days. Wow. So now the subprime business will be per appointment. And I can really do that
Mhm.
that automation process. I can really do that with anything. So there is a setup fee
Mhm.
on it, and when we're ready, we're going to be announcing that. What do you think about that,
That's
Rico?
awesome. That's awesome because although I'm a digital marketer, I actually set up the BDC at the current location I'm at down at Priority Honda in Huntersville, part of the Priority Group. And although I'm a digital guy, I know that appointments is the key thing. And one thing I hate. I hate to use hate, but I got to use it because that's one of the strongest ones. Is that and I'm a salesperson. Before I got back into the management side, I was selling cars just so I could
Yeah,
show folks that I could sell cars, and became I missed number one for the company that dealership I was at by 4 cars. So I'm a digital guy, but I'm a car salesman to the core. And one of the things that I hated with salespeople are that they always try to pre-qualify customers from leads over the phone. So what you just mentioned was and I old school. I'm digital, but I'm old school. The more people you can get into your dealership appointment wise, the more you will sell. Do not try to sell over the phone. Do not try to sell online unless you're full e-commerce. Unless you like a Carvana or a Vroom where you actually got your system set up to do that. No dealership should be trying. Now you want to promote that online and you give them the ease of that. But really, the key to that is actually you're going to have those appointments come in. And if you could take out, like you're doing that right now, take it out that salesperson that wants to do the path of least resistance. How's your credit? I'm gonna send over this form for your credit information because, as we both know, with secondary or second chance finance, is not really that person that you're focused on because they may have some challenge credit. You want to get them in so you can love on them, so that they can fall in love, so that they can find that money, that extra money you're gonna need to get the deal done, or they can find that special someone that likes them or loves them that may go on to the line and sign with them. So I love the fact that you said appointment first. Leads are great, but I see so many dealerships that get a ton of leads in and they blow the leads because they're trying to be a Carvana with 1965. How's your credit? Your or other crazy things like that instead of getting the people in. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. The more appointments that you put into your showroom, the more cars you will sell. Point blank. Period. I had an old sales manager at a when I was working in radio advertising. He said, if you're not in front of a customer, you're unemployed. So, do second chance finance customers? Do you have to work them a whole lot harder? Yes. Do you have to work whole lot more? Yes. But I'd rather work 10 customers and sell 3 than work 0 and sell 0. So I
right.
love the fact that you said appointment first, leads come in. Not leads. You didn't say leads. You said appointments. So
Appointments, correct.
that automatically will grow your
Here's why,
business.
Rico. First of all, you're a lead gen, right? In this
Mhm.
industry, they always blame the lead gen. They never
Exactly.
say it's the process in the dealership.
Exactly.
I have the two worlds. I have Brandon K. Haddison, right?
Okay.
Hardison. He is our corporate trainer. Then I got Val Mazzone, right? He's the BDC guy. And then I
Gotcha.
have a few others that are sales trainers. Okay.
Gotcha.
So when your leads don't work with ShopSmart, the first thing that we do, we don't even sell you a lead if you don't do a contract with us. And after our product is done, after you get the leads, you got to allow us to give you a free assessment,
Wow.
totally for free.
Gotcha. That's
Because
good.
that way now I have the training world, which
Yep.
obviously you know that's one of the things that I do, right?
Yep.
The
Yep.
training world first, the lead second, and now we're automating it. Okay.
Yep. Smart.
So because dealerships always tell you it's always the lead gen, it's never their process. Great. Now we've automated where
Yep.
that customer's going to show up to your lot on a test
Exactly.
drive. That way I know based on that information is if the dealership really's done the right thing. A lot
Exactly.
of guys go on a demo ride and they don't even ask a simple question. Based upon what we shared today, would this be the vehicle you would like to own?
Yep.
That's it. Trial close. They don't even do that no more.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
They talk about what happened last night. Forget about that.
Yeah.
You got a demo right. The whole idea for a demo right is to do a trial close
Exactly.
outside of the dealership environment psychologically so
Yep.
the customer feels comfortable. They
Exactly.
don't do that no more. You know, I've
There-
gone to different dealerships as a customer and gone on a demo ride, people that don't know me, you know, and they don't even ask me.
You know, you said you hit something on the head, and like I said beforehand, although I'm a digital side, I know that the old school still works, and I'm real adamant on using that. And I think that is because, and I'm just going to say it, a lot of folks going to get mad at me, but I'm used to that in the industry anyway. Um, they try to hire these folks and treat them as though they're entrepreneurs, but then feed them like they're employees. What I mean by that, um, when I was working in real estate, I got out of the car business for close to 4 years and became a digital marketer, trainer for Remax, not the whole big corporation, but a local franchise that myself and a partner we partnered together with. And in Remax, in those types of pumps, they actually, as a salesperson, a real estate salesperson, you get charged anywhere between $500 to maybe $2,000 just to have a name at that location. Now, why do I say that? They treat the leads and they treat their business completely different. Most realtors, they actually pay for their own leads. The ones that are producing pay for their own leads. They got their own phone, the whole nine. They treat it like that. Whereas we're the second largest purchase that anyone will ever make. But yet and still, we treat these customers and these salespeople like they're like, how can I put it the nice way without causing any problems? We feed them like babies, but
Yeah.
we want them to be professionals. Instead of going out, and I get it all the time, even at some locations I worked beforehand, and I'm like, hey guys, we've got, as far as the BDC, we're handling all the incoming calls, we're handling all the outcoming calls, we're handling the leads that come in. Why don't you go generate your own leads? Why don't you sit down to your old customers and write a note to them and say thank you for buying from me, and go back to every customer that you got? And they look at me like I'm strange because they want to get fed. So I blame the industry. We want to make professional wages, but we treat them as though they're the employees at the local fast food restaurant, just waiting for the drive-in customer to come in and buy a car. So until a dealership understands that they got two types of people that are salespeople, you got the automotivepreneur that treats the business like a business, and then you got employees that all they want to do is get fed. And until a dealership understands that, it's going to be a disconnect in even the way they treat their customers. So I'm off my soapbox on that one.
Right. And you know, Rico, what's more important is they always say it's the lead gen guy, right?
Exactly.
Like Auto Trader. Auto Trader's got 7,000 to 8,000 dealerships any given day. Then they lose 1,000. Then they gain 5,000, like that.
Exactly.
Why? Because the dealer and the general manager blames the lead.
Yep.
Listen, guys, it's about your process.
That's it.
Okay, because other stores are setting the world on fire.
Yes.
Okay, and you want to know something? The cost per lead is much cheaper if you can't handle a lead from a customer that wants a car and puts on our form, says when are they in the market for a car? Is it a loan? Is it a lease? What is it? We do automation marketing with them with Infusionsoft. So we send out an email once we get it and qualify them. If you can't sell somebody in the market for 3 days in the market, they want a lease, their previous have a trade-in with a number on the trade already.
Yep.
Why are you going to spend $40,000, $50,000, or $30,000 in your dealership for digital marketing when we do all the work for you?
Exactly.
We automate everything for you. So I don't understand, but yet you're spending this money. Well, why? Because you get co-op money. Yeah. So it doesn't really hurt you as much. Well, guess what? Our leads are co-opable.
Awesome.
Okay. And now we got the appointment going. And I want to see what dealers tell us, when that happens.
What you're going to have to do, and I know you already probably got your game plan, you're going to have to find someone, and I'm not bragging or boasting when I say this because I'm not the best in the industry. I've been trained by some of the best in the world, from Ryan Dice to Rich Leonard, Molly Pittman. So I'm saying this because I'm still a student of the game. I'll be the first one to tell you that all these great guys, Pat Flynn, all these folks that I listen to. So I'm not bragging or boasting, but what I'm going to suggest to you is that you're going to have to find someone like me that's in the car industry at that dealership that understands what you just said. Because there's no bigger fight than to try to explain what you just said to someone that still thinks that the old way works in a COVID-19 2020. There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world that even if you got that someone asked me this one time before, they said, what is the best CRM system out there? And I said, the one that you use correctly. So it's not the tool, it's actually the person that's using that. So what you're going to have to do is find that roaster, gentleman, Rudy Thon down at Roaster, the COO. He came out with a name and I use it, and he calls it the Digital Retail Marketing Manager. And what that is someone that understands what we're talking about, the data. Data driven is right now for the automotive industry. And for folks that don't understand that, give a perfect example. A company that's been around for years, CarMax. CarMax has been around for years. And I had this discussion beforehand because someone said, well, y'all are getting all the leads from the BDC and we need the salespeople to actually have and be able to correspond with the customer so they can feel good. And I didn't say it out of my mind, but I said it, I thought about it in my head. I said, whenever you go to a CarMax, they got salespeople waiting because they already automated the system and the customers are actually sent in there directly. Am I saying we don't need salespeople? No, because you're going to need salespeople. But I just believe the process has to be more focused towards the customer.
Rico, I'm glad you brought up CarMax. I don't know if anybody knows that, but CarMax, if you go in there and try to pitch them, Google AdWords and Facebook and Instagram, they actually not that much interested. But when you go into CarMax and you tell them you're a lead gen, they are interested.
Yep.
Do you know why they're interested? Because they have it down to a science.
Exactly.
They want leads. They don't want to lay out $100,000. They want leads because they're BDC and they have an automation department, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, their automation department handles the leads.
Yep.
Okay. I want to talk about CarMax versus other dealerships. CarMax is pumping in humongous registrations. They have an automation team. They have a lead gen team. Then they have a BDC team, and then they got a digital marketing team. Okay, so now you're talking about a company that's on their game. The other thing I want to talk about is this integration with DealerTrack. It's going to be on ShopSmart, where they fill in the form, and it's going to go right into the dealerships. Once the dealership signs up, it's going to go right into the dealership's DealerTrack. What is the value of that? I mean, now it's not a lead that somebody fills out the form, they get approved. That's digital retailing, guys. That's right in your platform, DealerTrack. Now you've got a shot of putting a deal together. You have an approval. Okay. Now, a lot of guys, they're thinking about digital retail and all that. Well, we have the solution. We've been having the solution for quite some time. We've been working on this solution, and now this solution is ready to go to market. We're going to be going to market in the next 2 weeks. Okay. And now we have the site set up with conversion. So you'll see what kind of leads we get based on the website. It's all about what's your technology. Well, a customer goes in there, your cars are branded under Kelly, knowing the price advisory, knowing that it's the right number. You got reviews of cars. You also are going to have the review of the dealership, and the customer is going to be able to appraise the car on our site. Through Kelly Blue Book. Okay, and now the integration, which is going to happen no later than July and maybe August. Okay, they're going to have on all their inventory the integration. Now, that's impressive, right? Now it's not a lead. Now it goes in there. And our subprime partners, which is coming in Monday, our subprime partner, we've already developed the automation for appointments. So forget, you know what, Rich, I got 100 leads, only 5 showed up. I'm not interested. I'm taking it away. I'm going to develop the platform for automation. Between SMS and emails. Now a customer comes in and says, I'm here for a demo ride. I'm here for a test drive. Now what are they going to say?
Exactly. That's strong.
Because we have the technology and we have the computer engineers to do that. And to touch base on something else, Rico, I don't know if you know this, but one of the things that you should know, right, is really digital retail is going up like crazy. And Carvana, there's going to be a lot of companies around like Carvana that's going to eat up
Yes.
that registration.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Carvana is not the only one that's doing it. They're going to eat up that registration. And it's not going to be a good thing for the automotive sector when more and more companies come on board with that. And, Rico, you've been doing a great job, right, with
Appreciate
what
it.
you do. You're amazing. And you know
Appreciate it.
what? Dealers need to see you in a workshop or something like that because
Mhm.
the talent and the knowledge that you possess is very big for any dealership.
Appreciate that.
You've been in automation for quite some time. I'm going to tell you, I have a company called LookSmart.
Okay.
We don't do Google AdWords. It's a search engine just like Google. If you look it up,
Okay.
have the same customers as Google. Well, we don't do PPC unless we use big data,
Gotcha.
right? And our
Definitely.
platform consists of big data and big data only. We have two data warehouses in Phoenix, and that's what we use. Guys, it's all about the data. It's all about big data. Don't spend your
Exactly.
money on PPC. We've been doing big data,
Yeah.
automation marketing, and artificial intelligence
Yeah.
for the last 6 years.
You know,
Okay,
it's
six
funny.
years.
It's funny you said that because I'm a time chime in on what you just hit. And if most dealers can get this, they'll understand why they need to tie into a product like yours. There's a company called Texas, and I'm pretty sure you heard about it. Texas Auto Direct. They
Right,
started back around 2000, 2007, one of the first privately owned dealerships, used car dealerships. The guys that started were not car guys, they were computer geeks who started selling cars out of a trailer. And they would only do appointments through the trailer. Well, the reason why I'm saying this, by 2000, so that's when they wrote a book called From Zero to 60, I think it was 60 million or 60 billion or something like 60 million. They wrote a book. I actually went, this comes to what you're saying. I went down to Texas Auto Direct maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I actually looked around, spent my own money, went down there to see their whole platform. I studied how they put everything together. Not too long after that, they were sold. Now, this is a car company that was started by two non-car people guys, but they were a tech company. They didn't even consider themselves a car company. They were a tech company. They started selling cars on eBay. eBay before all of the car dealerships that have been around for years. Well, long story short, they were sold for in 2017 to Vroom for $95 million. Now, why am I bringing that up? Vroom today, as of I think it was today or maybe early this week, and I'm pulling it up because I'm a man of facts. I don't like the when someone
right,
tweets something to me, I want to put it up. So, Vroom, who purchased Texas Auto Direct, who Vroom is an online used car company, just had their stock, and it says Vroom to the moon, and this is from Nasdaq. You can go to nasdaq.com. It says room to the moon. Stock soars 118% in best tech IPO pop since 2018. And it says online used car dealer Vroom popped 118% on Tuesday, the best first day return for tech IPO since China's, and I can't even say the word, in September of 2018. Among US based IPOs, Vroom notched the best since Nutex in September. Now, why am I saying that? Once again, Texas Auto Direct started with two guys who knew nothing about the car industry, but wanted to use technology. They built that into a company that was selling billions of dollars worth of cars. That company was sold to Vroom in 2015 for $95 million. Vroom just had an IPO within the last couple of days, the largest one since 118%. You don't have to tell your story. All you have to tell them is, hey, look, I got a tech company. You've seen what's happening with Carvana. You've seen what's happening with Vroom. Do you want this? Because it's working. And some people are going to laugh just like they laughed at Amazon. People would always say, Amazon is not making money. Amazon is not making money. And Jeff Bezos, if you study, all you have to do is study success. Jeff said his whole goal was not to make profit immediately. He wanted to acquire customers for the lowest amount of money. And once he acquires the customers for the lowest amount of money, he can take care of the competition. There's now everyone knows the name of Amazon. Amazon sells everything from toilet tissue to cars. So you keep rolling with your product, Richie, and you're gonna look back 4 or 5 years from now, and folks gonna be like, man, I wish I would have used it back then.
And you know
Women
what our goal is? Our goal, our mission in our company is to make as much money as we can, and not to have private planes or to walk around with $5,000 suits. No, we're humble. What we want to do is take our money and invest it in veterans.
Makes sense.
We want to take my Richie Bello Institute and put every dollar that we make into our institute for one thing: to bring veterans to America's workforce in the automotive sector.
Makes sense.
I have a bunch of trainers that are with me now with this and want to do this, and that's what we want. Brandon is the director of that institute, and that's what we want. We want to make as much money as we can, but not for us. What we want to do is invest it in Americans' veterans.
Yes.
Why? Because the car business needs people like that, but the veterans come back from deployment and don't even have a job.
Yeah.
Right now, we train veterans. Let me just say this, totally at no charge, zero, no dollar out of a veteran's pocket.
Wow.
Not 1 cent. And we want to bring them into the workforce in the automotive sector. And why? Veterans follow process.
Yes.
Veterans listen. Because if they wouldn't follow process and not listening, they could never make it back from deployment.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're very good for the automotive sector. And that's what we want to do. We're building all these platforms and all this streams of revenue and all that for one reason only: to give back to the veterans, to give back to our community. Because we feel the government doesn't give enough to American veterans.
Exactly. That makes sense. That's a good, and as a son of one and a father of one that actually served our military, I appreciate that, and I know how hard that is. So that's a good mission to have, and that actually will help not only the company but the country as well. So I appreciate your hats off for doing that.
That's what our mission is, and that's why we're developing consistent stuff, revenue here, because we want to give back. We want to give back to America's veterans. We want to build such a big institute with a workforce that dealers never got to go to Indeed or never got to go anywhere. Just call us and we'll put veterans in your place.
Makes sense.
And everything is basically for no charge, just because it's a nonprofit.
That's strong. That makes sense. That's a good plan. That's strong, Richie.
Rico, I've learned so much today from you.
Appreciate it.
Keep up what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's amazing what you're doing. And let's talk outside of live.
Okay.
And see what we can do for each other. Let me see what I can do for your dealership, what you can do for my business. Let's set something up, because you want to know something, Rico? You got so much talent you possess, and you're great at content, and you know how to deliver content on video.
Appreciate it.
So, I mean, I look forward to our conversation the next
Same here.
And Rico, have a great, awesome weekend.
You as
and
well.
Say hello to your teams. More important, say hello to your family.
I will.
And God bless you. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Richie.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.